We have the Dragon Slayers, which is, it's our EMS and firefighting team, but it's mostly made up of high schoolers, which is pretty interesting compared to most places. It arose from a man named Pete Brown, because not too long ago we didn't have any EMS care, and his son actually got in a four-wheeler accident and was sitting out on the road for a really long time because nobody was there to help him. So Pete kind of took it into his own hands to start up the Dragon Slayers, or not the Dragon Slayers at that point, but his daughter wanted to help, and that's what started the Dragon Slayers, because he told her if she would get the training, he would let her help. So.
Alright, and what's your responsibility as a Dragon Slayer?
You have to go to meetings at least
every Tuesday night.
And you are given a beeper when you're old enough and have the training that if it goes off, you're responsible to go on that call. And if it's a fire, you stay there the whole time, make sure it's out. And if it's an EMS call, like someone's hurt, you transport them to the clinic and stay there as long as you need to. So.
Cool. And do you have any interesting stories or your favorite story from whether one of your calls or just in Aniak in general?
My very first call, my friend was sleeping over and we couldn't remember a lot. It was like 3 in the morning, and my mom just came in and she's like, "Girls, there's a call. Get up and put your pants on." And we couldn't remember. We were so tired. So we went to the call and we were just totally out of it, so tired. And then we had to stay at the clinic until like 8:30 or 9. So it was all night. No one else came, so it was just us two and my dad.
We had one of the airport lines, I think it was Frontier, caught on fire, and it was in the winter, and I think that night it was 40 below. We were out there fighting this fire, and we were out there most of the night, but it was just so hot and yet so cold. And like, I remember our gloves, we'd be holding the hose and the water would be kind of trickling down, and you'd get like this ice mitt that you're trying to hold onto the hose to, and it's like sliding everywhere and you're like, ah! But managed to get the fire out eventually, and then had a couple hours before school started.
Alright.
Alrighty.
There.
This is the ambulance.
Excellent.
These teddy bears that sometimes if we have especially young patients, it's nice to give them a teddy bear from the Dragon Slayers. So we keep some of those in handy. There's splints, and we have our hypothermia bag under there, which is really nice because it's got all these pockets in it for putting heat packs in with the patient. This which has a nice EKG lead, but also has the capability to shock someone if their heart is fibrillating. Chart boxes, which we're required to have so that we can take proper documentation of patients. We have oxygen hookups here and there, and one behind you. Yeah. Cool. Here we have backboards and red beds, and they probably have an official term, but they're like red bed splints, which a red bed is kind of like, it's got all these beans in it, and you mold it around the person as you suck all the air out of it, so it kind of encases them. And these are splints, so they're like mini versions of this. They're a lot more comfortable than a backboard, but they're also very much more expensive. Some splints. Mostly air splints and traction splint, as well as our KED, which a KED is for vehicle extraction, because you can backboard a person while they're sitting up. Which is nice when the person's sitting in the car. You don't want to cut apart the car. This is where the chief usually gets to sit.
But, being on the fire department and sometimes get some interesting EMS calls. one night, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, about 2 in the morning, early morning thing, got a call for a woman going into premature labor. And so, set the tones off, go get the ambulance, and the crew piles in and go to the house. The house is all locked up. It's dark. And so calling around trying to figure out where the lady is. And it turns out she's already at the clinic. Got herself to the clinic. So figured out everybody's up anyway. Let's go see what's going on at the clinic. And got there. They got her on the bed and things. And things are going along. And after a while, I said, anybody wants to go home, take them home. And so, actually, our next door neighbor, Juliana, and she wanted to stay and see things out. And so I get everybody home and go back and see what's going on there. And her and the PA are kind of laughing at each other. And here's what happened. As they're doing the tests and the assessments and stuff, and Juliana, she's an ETT at the time, she's kind of feeling around and feeling things, and she feels over here and it's like, oh wow, this baby's leg, and feels around a little more. Oh, there's this other leg. This is awesome. Calls the PA over. Here, you can feel the baby's legs right there. And the PA kind of looks at her and says, no, those are the mother's ribs. So, she went on to get her EMT license, so there you go. That's one of my favorite stories.
All right. So we were after the scene of a woman who was thrown from the car in a crash. So, what's the first thing we do?
Seems safe.
Emily's dead. Okay, so the scene is safe.
BSI. How many victims?
Just the one.
To become a dragon slayer, junior high and senior high school students must regularly attend meetings and training sessions at the firehouse. Middle school students are unofficially called lizard killers. They become a dragon slayer once they complete and receive their Emergency Trauma Technician, or ETT, license, which is a training program that takes 40 hours to complete and is taught by certified instructors. They may receive this certificate by attending Camp Kickash, which brings students from across the state of Alaska to a Cuspuk school district. Many dragon slayers continue on to get their EMT license, and after graduating become nurses, PAs, medics.
I'm so shaking like diabetic.
Okay. I need some focus.
That's Kendall.
So what?
And
Put the
Katie.
camera down.
Camera lady.
And me and Aaron.
Emily.
And Aaron.
Nothing
And Georgette.